So here we are with the second edition, Pathfinder the Adventure card game, and the eternal question, of course, with any new edition of a game going from first to second or second to third, do you buy in? At what point in the game cycle do you buy in, or do you continue with the older editions of the game? Now, certainly, if you're approaching Pathfinder the Adventure card game, you're up here on YouTube looking at reviews, you're asking that secondary eternal question, what place will this have on my gaming shelf? If you have never owned or played first edition, the second edition buy-in, this is an amazing time to start the game. And I say that because the development of the game appears to be similar to the first edition in that we're going to have the core set. There's going to be other big box editions released along the way. And at the same time, there's going to be various side quests and subscription and events hosted for it. A lot of new content pushing out over the next 2, 3, 4, or 5 years easily. A lot of games certainly do this. If you have the chance to start your collection, start that adventure literally on the ground floor, there is a massive amount of longevity. So for that reason, if you're thinking about jumping into Pathfinder, I would say yes. Now, if you're like me, a massive Pathfinder the Adventure card game enthusiast, fan, I love it for what it is. I love it for what it could be. I love it as a narrative kind of role-playing adventure in there. A solo game, a game to play with friends, everything. Do I buy in? I'm kind of unique because I have the first set, Rise of the Rune Lords. I have a lot of the character packs and some of the expansions, but the other major big box adventure paths, a friend of mine has. So we're kind of split 50-50 on there. I'm jumping in also, simply because, not because I've played Rune Lords to death. I mean, I have, and I continue to, and I'm sure I will, but simply going back to that first question, this is the start of an entirely new adventure path. Some of the rules have been tweaked. There's now like an adventure game book. They've improved a lot of things over the first. And like any new edition, there'll be some things that they've implemented that are really great, other things not so great, but primarily from that experience, from that role-playing perspective, that is what I'm interested in, and ground floor is the place to be. So that's what I would push out, absolutely. If you're thinking about jumping in, jump in. If you have all of the sets or you have a large collection, but it's now at a place where you casually play or it's part of your gaming collection, you enjoy it, but it's not something that you're going to play regularly, possibly don't buy in. But if you've enjoyed it, if it's that cornerstone of your gaming group or your gaming collection, this is a great time to jump back in. This is a great time to get to relive everything from that ground floor and play and push from there.